Let's go x divided by -4 equals 2. Let's go negative 21 equals 3x. Negative 5 plus x equals -8. And 13 equals x minus 5. All right. So go ahead and give those 4 a try. If you have questions, of course, please ask, but just trying to gauge where you're at from our last lesson. It's okay if you don't remember, but do the best you can. How are you doing on these, Alejandro?
I'm on number 3.
Okay, great.
The first one is x equals -8.
Okay, keep going.
Second one is, oh, I didn't do it. Wait up. Second one is x equals -3.
When you say second one, do you mean the one on the bottom or the one on the right?
The one on the
Which one?
bottom.
Okay, keep going.
Third one is x equals -7.
Good.
Last one is x equals 18.
They're all correct. Right. Really well done. So I'm just, I apologize. I'm just trying to kind of get reestablished with you because we did, I can see where I left you off here. These were all variations of what are called one-step equations. And so I think we can move to now what are called two-step equations, which means they have, how many steps do you think?
2.
2. Pretty pretty clear, right?
Yep.
Now there is, I'm going to give you all the same types of questions for us to look at start. So there's actually 4 types of 2-step equations. All right. The first one you solve by first adding and then dividing. I'm going to give you some examples of that here now. But for the ones we're doing in this grouping here, we're always going to add and then divide. So if you look at the side with the variable, you look at the side with the variable here. And you're going to add, you're going to add 5 to both sides. So this becomes 4x equals 8. Then what's the next step?
Divide.
Divide. So x equals 2. All right, so let me put a problem up for you to try. Put it right next to it. Go ahead and give this a try and let me know what you come up with.
Is it x equals 8?
Yes, it is. So you add 5 to both sides. 3x equals 24. Divide by 3, x equals 8, like that. Any questions on that?
No.
All right, so let's look at some more difficult ones here. There's some variations on this question that you'll see. So here's an example here. So sometimes the number that you need to add is because it has a negative sign in front. -7 plus 4x equals -35. How do you undo the -7? Well, you add 7 to both sides of the equation. 4x equals -28. Divide by 4, x equals -7, like that. Is that anything about this unclear to you?
No.
Okay, so let me have you try one here. Kind of get the feel for what we're doing. You know, I do one. You seem like you understand. I'll give you one to try, and you just keep working through this.
X equals 2.
So you're going to add 3 to both sides. I believe that's correct. 6x equals 12. Divide by 6, x equals 2. You got it. All right. So the other type of problem that you might see, and the other thing I guess to consider here is that you may see other variables besides x, right? You might see u or Y or F or L. It really could be any letter, right? But your focus always goes to the side with the variable. See how the variable's on the right side of the equation?
Yep.
Okay, so how do you undo this? How do you undo this? Well, it's the same as before. You have to first add and then divide. So you're going to add 10 to both sides. 70, okay? Now you divide by the number in front of the variable. What number is in front of the variable?
5, -5.
-5. It's very important that you make that distinction. It's -5. All right. So if it's a positive number, you divide by positive. If it's negative, it's negative. So this ends up being u equals -14. The preference is to kind of switch where you put the variable on the left. Yeah, questions on that? Thoughts on that?
No.
Okay. All right, let me give you one to try here. I'm going to clear the screen this time just to see, just do something different here. Go ahead and take a look at this one and let me know what you come up with.
Y equals -6.
That is correct. Very good. All right. So a couple of other problems here before we move on here. I'll do a couple more examples for you. So here's a new problem. And again, the variable's on the right. So you focus on the variable. You look at the side with the variable. Now this -2, you're going to add it. You're going to add 2 because you're undoing the addition and subtraction first. Then you undo multiplication and division. Okay. So this negative subtraction goes with the 7, and then you divide both sides by -7, and f equals 3. So, I mean, just we're going through all the variations. What I've noticed is that sometimes students don't see all the possible examples, and then they're not sure how to proceed. So like, oh, I've never seen this before, but it's actually exactly the same as something they've already done. So I'd like you to again try this one on the right, and we'll see what you come up with.
Q equals 10.
You got it. Very good. Okay. So big surprise about the next type of problems, next kind of practice problems that we're going to solve. These you solve by subtracting and then dividing. Okay, so every single one of these you're going to solve by subtracting and then dividing. So we'll do an example here, just like we've been doing. So you look at the side with the variable. You always start on the side with the variable. It happens to be the left side, could be the right side. Plus 11, plus 11. So you undo the plus 11 by subtracting 11 from both sides of the equation. 7x equals 14.
Okay.
So then you divide by 7. So x equals 2. Let me give you one to try here, and then we'll move to some more difficult ones. All right, so give this one a try, please.
Is it x equals 5?
It is x equals 5. Very good. Okay. So we're going to move to a new style of problem here. And this is the first area where maybe there's going to be a little bit of, challenge. I'm not sure. So this problem here, negative x plus 3 equals 8. Do you know what it means when there's a negative in front of the x? Like what number is that represented there?
-1.
-1. Okay, so you know this, that's great. So when you subtract 3 from both sides, you get -1x equals 5. Now it doesn't matter to me if you write -1 or just -x, but I'm going to show you in the examples here. You divide by -1. So to fully solve, you have to have it just be x or 1x. It can't be -x.
Okay.
Okay. So the other type of problem that you'll see, I'll give you another example here, is this one. Let me put this in front of you. So 6 equals 2 minus x. It's really 2 minus 1x. And I'll just kind of rewrite it. It's really plus 2 minus 1x. So you again, all these problems are solved the same way. You subtract and then you divide. You subtract 2 because, well, that's what's being added. You undo addition with subtraction. 4 equals -1x. So you solve by dividing everything by -1. So x equals -4, like that. Any questions on that before I give you a couple of problems to try on your own here?
Nope.
You're doing great. I mean, maybe this is too easy. I mean, we have plenty of time in the summer to kind of work on new stuff. So I would just say, let's keep doing it this way because you're doing a great job. I mean, you haven't gotten any wrong. Uh, I don't know how familiar this is, but you're doing great. So go ahead and work both of these out and give me your final answers.
First one is x equals 11.
Okay.
Second one is x equals negative 11.
Got it. Really good. You know your stuff. You really do. Right. So let me just throw a couple of problems at you. And if you get these right, we'll move on to the more difficult stuff here. I'm sensing that I'm probably going way too slow, but you know, we'll see here. So here, put two more problems in front of you, and then let you try these. Let me put one more in front of you, like that. Okay. All right. And you tell me, I mean, do you want some examples, or do you want me to just throw these at you? Do you feel like you've got some understanding to be able to do these?
I would like examples because it kind of refreshes my brain.
Great. Okay. Good to know, because I mean, you're doing so well. So the way learning works is I keep wanting to challenge you, but you've met me every step of the way. Really, like you're like, yeah, I got it. I know how to do it. So that's great. That's fantastic. So let's look at a new problem here. I'll work out an example and we'll just keep doing the same thing here. X divided by -4 minus 2 equals -14. So more generally, what you do is you always look at the side with the variable and you say, okay, there's division and there's subtraction. Do you agree with that? There's division by -4 and subtraction of 2.
Yeah.
Now you undo division with multiplication. You undo subtraction with addition. Okay. Now you always do the following. You always undo addition and subtraction before multiplication and division. So as like a general guideline, when you look at the side with the variable and you identify what's going on, you're going to undo addition and subtraction for multiplication and division. So you're going to add 2 to both sides. This is x over -4 equals -12, like that. And then you undo division with multiplication. So you're going to multiply both sides by -4. So x equals 48. Any questions on it?
No.
All right. So let me put one here in front of you to try, please. Go ahead and work that out and let me know what you come up with.
Is it x equals 18?
Okay, let's look at some other examples here. So here's another example. Okay, so again, you always go to the side with the variable. Side with the variable is the right side. You're like, what do I see? I see division. I see addition. So you undo division with multiplication, you undo addition with subtraction. So you first undo addition and subtraction, which means you're going to undo +1 by subtracting 1 from both sides of the equation. So your 11 equals C over 13, and then you multiply both sides by 13. So C equals 13 times 11. And if you're tired like me, you may need to go to a calculator, but you may also just know the answer. Okay. So it's a really simple recipe. Like all the problems, all the two-step equations we've been doing, you always go to the side with the variable, you look for the operations, and then you undo them, just like we've been doing here. So I'm gonna have you try one. Assuming you get this correct, which has been the case here, we're gonna then do some mixed review
Okay.
on this. So go ahead and try this and let me know what you come up with.
A equals -28.
You got it. Really good. Okay. So this is now the hard part is like you've done everything correct we've been doing. And now I'm going to give you mixed review and see where you're at. See if you can do all of these, because then that creates the pathway into the more difficult two-step equations, multi-step equations. So I'll throw a few at you, and yeah, they're going to be different. They're not going to be the same as what we've been doing exactly, but doing a good job. So if you try this, and appreciate you being willing, not putting up, you know, any roadblocks here. But here's a couple of problems for you to try, and go ahead and work these out and let me know what you come up with.
First one is n equals -20. Second one is x equals -9.
-9, you said?
Yes.
All right, so small error there on the right. You subtract one from both sides, and that does give you, first one is correct. Really good on that. Gives you -9x equals -81. And then when you divide by -9, that gives you 9, like that. So you said -9. I think you meant -9, but maybe you meant +9. It doesn't really matter now, but is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna give you two more here. I feel like you've got a really good understanding of this. Really, really good. So there's this one, and then there is this one below it. All right, so go ahead and give these a try, and if you have questions, please ask.
First one is x equals 0.
Read, keep going.
V equals -1.
On the one on the right.
Yep.
Ah, so close here. So tell me what you did first on the right here.
I put -2.
Subtracted 2 from both sides. That's -4 equals V divided by 4. Now, if you heard me correctly, I said V divided by 4. So that means you multiply by 4.
Okay. Yep.
So what does that change your answer to?
-16.
Yeah, V is -16. Good. Trying to decide. There's a couple of things here. Do you think you're getting tired? Do you think you're just not understanding? What do you think? Because you got like everything right, and then like 2 of the last 4.
I'm just doing it too fast.
Okay. So I have a very creative thing that I tell students here. I'm gonna type it for you. Fast and wrong. It's still wrong. It's very creative. Came up with it all on my own. Um, the the thing is like, there's no benefit to being first in math. Like I used to think being the first was the best, but really it doesn't matter. Being right is better than being first. So, I'm gonna have you talk me through this question. So we're gonna first look at the side with the variable here. What are the two math operations that you see?
Subtraction and multiplication.
So I agree with the multiplication, but this is really plus 10, even though it's not written that way. So it's really addition and multiplication. It's adding 10. Because here's the other thing. You could rewrite this as minus 6v plus 10 equals minus 104. Do you see that?
Yep,
Like, do you agree that that's the same, or is that unclear?
that's the same.
Yeah, and now you see it, you're like, oh yeah, it's plus 10. So when there's nothing in front of the variable, so in the English language, it's adjective and then noun, right?
Yep.
Now, do you speak Spanish at all?
Yeah.
So in Spanish, it's noun and then adjective, right?
Yeah.
Which is different. I don't know which one's right. English is really messed up, but um, in math, the operator comes before the number. So you look before it, not to after it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just something to think about there. So you're going to subtract 10 here from both sides. What do you do now to solve this equation? What's the next step?
You divide by -6.
Good. Will you tell me the result?
19.
Very good. All right, so let me have you try a new problem here. It's kind of the same in some ways. Try to consider what we just talked about here as you're working through it. And if you have questions, please let me know.
B equals 12.
Now here's something we have not done that I'll talk about now is you can test your answer or check your answer by putting that number back in. And then what you're trying to do here is you're trying to see, well, does the left side equal the right side? Like, is this true? So first you divide. 12 divided by -4 is -3. It's 8 plus -3. Does that equal 5? And yes, it does. All right, I'm gonna throw something totally new at you. Let's see if you can kind of tell me what you would do first to solve this. This is totally new. We haven't done anything like this today. Tell me what you think we might do to solve this.
I would divide 5 by 16.
Okay. So that's good to know. We'll just tuck that one away for the moment here. Give you one more to try. All right, so talk me through this one. Look at it, and you don't have to work it out. Just tell me what you would do to work this out. What do you see here?
I would do 5 minus on both sides first.
Subtract 5 from both sides. I agree.
And then I would divide -4 both sides.
Okay. What is your final answer here?
Five.
It is 5. Really good. Okay, so I'm gonna put some problems in the bottom here. Have you been able to find time between the lessons to work on anything that I've been sending you, or are you too
Yes.
busy? Okay, that's good. I do appreciate that. Here are a couple of problems to look at, and it's up to you if you want to do them. It also helps me for next time to know kind of where we left off and know what we're moving into next. So we're going to stop here just a couple minutes early. Truthfully, I'm exhausted, but